Man, what it do, world? It's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, reporting from the Bamboozled Again News Network. I told y'all, man, these bamboozlements are just coming off the assembly line. So this one's just going to be in relation to the streets as a whole and how none of it was what they marketed it to be when it started out way back when. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It definitely, we start seeing the beginning of the end probably about, I don't know, mid 90s. But again, in order to get you to chime you into doing something you ain't got no business doing, that'll have long-term ramifications and pain and suffering. There has to be some initial, uh, there has to be some initial or instant gratification to get you to get into it. Then you don't realize it get it fangs in you, and it gets hard to break free. Just in current events, right? We got the Young Dolph trial jumping off, in which on the first day of trial, multiple individuals hopped on the stand and said they basically $100,000 hit was put on Dolph by a record mogul's brother, who all street affiliated. They did the move and only received $800. So you got a millionaire taken out by another millionaire, and the people who actually did the work and taking all the risks and chances got $800, and main man on the other side told him, it's too hot, I can't pay y'all right now. This just alludes to how black people can't even do crime right. You see what I'm saying? This alludes to, in the YSL case, the guy Woody, who was the quote unquote hitter, basically turned on Young Thug now because he the one putting everybody in fear on behalf of these folks out of blind loyalty. But when it come time to break bread or anything along those lines, they act like they don't know the man. So in reference to, or in relation to him being left for dead, figuratively, he decides to inform on the people who didn't have his back when he was the one putting in all the work. The streets is dead. Even if you look at, PB Longway, who just got busted. He's a rapper who got busted with one of the largest drug busts in United States history. You understand me? For the amount of drugs he was getting, he had to be one step away from the government or somebody who was sanctioned from the government. The government is in every aspect of society, even crime. Joey Badass on the song Hard Knock, that was the song Hard Knock, he had a verse that said, now he's from New York. He said, the police be so deep undercover, they end up chasing the feds. I just don't understand. Well, granted, I do. When you're in something, you just can't. Some people can when they just get tired of it, or their spidey sense start tingling. But this ain't no time to be in those streets, even playing around with these folk. Because as we see, just like everywhere else in these various pockets of society, no one is adhering to the code of conduct that they preach to you when it come time for them to adhere to that. Just like at the job, all these ethics and rules, but none of them are enforced. You see what I'm saying? This code of silence in the streets, of not telling and, being a stand-up guy, nobody's adhering to this. They just levy that on you to get you to do what's beneficial to them. But when it comes time for them to do it, they quick to throw everybody and just say, whatever, whatever, you know what I mean? I got to save my own self. It's all a predatory, cannibalistic, social environment at this point. We can look at, with the Diddy situation. I keep covering that because this is just, it seems as though this is going to open Pandora's box into a whole host of interlocking things. Like, you start investigating something, or let's say you I don't know, you're looking at your car and this is wrong in the mechanical, and he finds a whole bunch of other stuff wrong. You see what I'm saying? That wouldn't have been found out unless he did the initial investigation. I implore, brother, just get out the streets. Get off of the drugs. Get off, go get some help, or just make a clean break. Because now what we're saying, brothers who've been, click tight for years are quickly throwing each other under the bus. Quickly. Which, to me, alludes to the lack of morals and just I don't even want, like, a code of conduct. How do you so quickly throw someone you've been around for 20 years within 15 minutes? You see what I'm saying? So it makes me wonder and question, how valid are the relationships that I do see from the outside looking in and observing? We seen it in the chosen ones community. Brothers click tight, you know what I mean? You know, we making moves, we solidarity. And as soon as a certain goal is reached, or you can see, instead of just continuing on the ride, you like the scenery right here, you hop off. Okay, that's fine, cool, and dandy. But then attack the person who got you where you are now, acting like you did it by yourself. This is insane. Again, I'll go back. I seen main man, Ringo. He dropped a video last night talking about surviving New Breed, right? Similar to the surviving R. Kelly, similar to, you know what I mean? Like that, the way it was, the thumbnail or whatever was set up, it kind of conjures you to the surviving R. Kelly or the surviving Diddy. Then he talking about, he made my daughters and my wife cry. Again, though, it don't hold no practical application weight. If the man did all that, okay, he calling you out your name, he disrespecting your family, and then this same man offer you up, but you don't talk about none of that, then you'll make a scriptural excuse or a legal excuse as to why you're not going to do that. That's crazy. From what you're saying, you should be the first one to jump at the offer. Yeah, cuz, where you want me at? You see what I'm saying? That's why, even, you know, with 1,000 pieces of content on YouTube, when you break it down to the molecule, it don't work. It don't pan out. Because you mean to tell me this man did, according to you, he done did all this here. Then the man take it a step further, according to you, and offer you up for fisticuffs, and you still making videos online. You then look like the sucker. You then look like the chump. When you're basically saying, again, he went past the mark, and this is overkill to the point where you open yourself up for inspection of the content, and it's not making no sense. For over 2 months, you said he disrespected your family, disrespected your woo and this, that, and the third. But then the man offer you up. And you mean tell me as a man, according to you, he's done all this here, and you don't want to put no dukes on him? And like I said, I'm really believing what these other people like Cloaks and Clones and Epic Monster are saying is true, because you acting real scary like. You see what I'm saying? Then he made a jump talking about, I guess New Breed just had a daughter, congratulations. But, and New Breed did do this where he said, you'll never have a son, whoop de whoop de whoop de woo. But he's also had, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? So then he made it seem like you just curse black girls, and when he was talking directly to that man, now he's trying to bring everybody else into it. You know what I mean? Well, you just had a daughter, but he's also having a son as well. That don't make no sense. You see what I'm saying? None of it makes any sense. You're just nitpicking little pieces of yeast and then trying to make a whole loaf out of it. But then when you bite the loaf, there's no substance. Just like, you know, you blow up drug or crack or whatever. It loses the essence or whatever of the product. So then it's just nothing but huff. You're just hitting the streets with YouTube burn bags of content at this point, yo. From a man that you were so, say, cool with over a slight misunderstanding from his part. You see what I'm saying? And it went this far. Let's be very, very, very. And now, for those of us who do have genuine friendships, relationships, let's cultivate that. Let's be a good steward of such. Because as we see, there are few and far between. And we ain't talking about no monumentous infraction. You know, somebody violated your woman or your kids, or they beat you out a whole bunch of money. These are slight infractions. You see what I'm saying? Slight infractions that nobody can't get around. But then simultaneously, on the Ringo side of things, individuals who have talked greasy about you, or who have, you know, attempted to line you up and so on and so forth, you cool with them now. See the inversion of Babylon? And it's getting more inverted and upside down every day, B. We got so-say gangsters, right? So-say gangsters who are carrying themselves less than men than the average civilian man who out here and work for a plumbing company. You see what I'm saying? That man fighting, to get his kids, or he just trying to do the right thing against all odds. As soon as one potential situation happens that could potentially threaten your societal stance, just like with Mr. Take That Diddy. According to reports, Biggie was gonna break off and start his own thing because he wasn't seeing enough bread. He took the man. You know what's crazy? You know what the new business model is now? Unaliving, extortion, and unaliving, extortion are the new business models. And predatory, just predatory business practice. It's like people can't make money unless the people that they're making money with, unless they can hold them under their thumb. Or you see how none of this Babylonian construct works for us? Even the corporatized way of doing business, where I try to extract every single resource out the worker, but then when the workers turn on me, or they're quick to throw the workers away, not realizing these are the people, like how I make money. Like I was checking out the Red Leg Piper mine, and I'm seeing a bunch of content on YouTube about brothers just walking away from their jobs because the company don't care nothing about them. Other people who don't deserve promotion are getting promotion. My partner Blue Hundo was telling me a story, you know what I'm saying, about that. My experiences. But the people who do the least, break the most rules, get a pass or get promotions. What sense does that make? And then when the good folk are gone, then the company suffers. It's just like, in reality, they've got it inverted in this way. These corporations need workers. You don't necessarily need the corporation. You see what I'm saying? But they got it flipped thinking you need a job. When in reality, these people need you, because unless you do the work, how do they make money? They can't do the work. You see what I'm saying? Like in these record labels, they can't make none of the songs. They just have maybe some financial resources to be able to extract your financial resource for years to come. But they're the talent. We're, here in America, the people who do the work and the actual talent make the least amount of money. Like DJ Khaled. That man's not actually a DJ. He don't spin no record. He don't, produce or make no beats. He just put DJ in his name, harvest the talent, put his name on it, and get paid. They say he got punished by Diddy man. It's like things, even time has exponentially increased. The way these exposures or what's truly in people's hearts being revealed and coming to the light, it can't be hidden no more. And not only can it not be hidden, it's like a great big spotlight on it. Like, oh man, I knew about this, but I didn't know that was there. Look at that cuz, like, God damn. Even, with people I know in my personal life have quickly regressed in behavior and in mental fortitude or lack thereof. Like, they're behaving in ways, not that I'm surprised, but it is astonishing to see, like, the quick deterioration of folk, mentally, behaviorally, spiritually. This is some real stuff here. And I'm glad that, the Most High kind of isolated, even though I'm still in society, at such a key point in time like this. He started doing that over 10 years ago. And I used to wonder why I can't meet nobody, or why this don't work, or why woo. Now I see why. Because it's not like something I got to break free of now. I've been operating like this. Now I see the benefit of it. And a greater desire to make sure that I'm a good steward of the relationships that I do have. The quality versus over quantity, type of third. You see what I'm saying? It's so crazy in the streets. You'll have different, let's say, Crip sets beefing with one another. But then the same Crip set will be cool with some Bloods on another side of town. Again, but en masse, you don't see, I guess judgment comes to the house of Israel first. Like, even in the criminal underworld, the Hispanic folk don't care it like that. in the crime world or in civilian world. You see what I'm saying? And I understand from slavery and programming, like why we're conditioned. But for the life of me, I just don't understand why we can't break the program as a whole. I guess maybe we're not supposed to or meant to because we fornicated with the wine of Babylon for so long. We can have all the information and still can't do it because our spirit won't allow us to operate right. Just like with me, there's certain stuff like I have the mental ability to do, but my spirit won't allow me to do it because I feel like it's manipulative, or I feel like it's evil, or I feel like I'm taking advantage of someone's vulnerability in a particular area. So I just can't do it. Not that I want to mentally do it, but I like to believe all type of stuff run through your mind. And if you know what I'm saying, my spirit be like, yeah, we could do that, but nah, we don't want to do it like that though. And I just can't move on. And I can't convince myself or think about it. I just can't do it. But with this, I think it's on the flip side, in which, with, social media and just the age of information, even in, the quote unquote gender war, it's not the modern woman and man. She knows whatever. She now knows that brothers are catching on and she still can't stop. I know I'm all over the place with this, but I'm just looking at all the depravity here in Rome 2.0, and I'm blown away, even though I already know about it. I'm just seeing it more. You know what I mean? I saw one video. I mean, I just seen so many just this video. Like, here's my thing though, right? Yeah, evil, yeah, this, that, and the third, right? Which there's always been evil. Even in the times I was growing up in the 90s, right? But to me, there was enough goodness to offset the evil. Now the evil is so pronounced. You be thinking like, yo, I haven't seen any goodness in a minute. Like, where are the good, you know what I'm saying? This is, as I say, man, this is insane, bro. And it's going to get exponentially worse. We're just at the tip of the iceberg with this here. Wait till food becomes scarce. You see what I'm saying? Wait till, mass layoffs or, a false flag and all that. What's already bubbling to the top is going to become a volcano. You understand me? That's why I also think it's why the Most High did this. To keep, not like, how like you can, like, okay, me, right? I can stop drinking, but it takes me a period of time of consistently not drinking to not behave like I did for all the years I was drinking. So it's not like, okay, I stopped acting vain, but you're still going to have vanity in you until you purge that out of you. You know what I'm saying? And then I also be thinking, from what I perceive to be people being inwardly devoid, where are you going to draw from at this point if you've been living your whole life in vanity or in the value system of the matrix, stunting and fronting and using people to get to the top and this, that, and the third? Boy, oh boy, it's hard for me to even quantify where I see this going. You understand me? All your so-say gangsters have went by the wayside. And they're telling to hold on to a semblance of societal standard or societal status and finance in a crumbling society where the finance and societal status is soon going to mean nothing. So then you'll find out that you sold out 30 years ago for something that currently has absolutely no value. You sold out for nothing. Just like the Dolph shooter. You did that for nothing. Now you've essentially lost your entire life and soul on behalf of somebody else who you don't know and who's not going to pay you. And the person who initiated the play, they're now dead. It's real in the battlefield, Jack. Yes, sir. So, like, I would implore brothers who still in the game and see the writing on the wall, whatever money you got, liquidate your assets, whatever. And it's going to hurt, you know what I'm saying? And I know one of the hardest things for a man to do is to move on from an old identity that no longer serves him. But I say, for what we're going into, okay, you got whatever money saved or whatever you got going on, however it's set up, go on down to community college and take you some carpentry classes. Let's get some real world skills that you can use for yourself, that you can assist somebody else with. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think tangible skill sets are needed. being able to fix a car, garden, hunt, the things that you actually end up working for to buy, we should be able to get into a space where we start learning how to do this for ourselves. That way, if you ain't got no money, you can still feed yourself. You see what I'm saying? Even if you ain't got no money, you can still, be a problem solver in your community. Hey, Miss Edna, I heard your car was, well, let me take a look at it. You see what I'm saying? And build relationships and rapport that way. Again, here in Babylon, we don't value, shout to Newbury, we don't value relationships. And the good relationships we do have, and I've technically done this, the good relationships we do have, we mismanage it or we take it for granted. But the people who mean us no good, we give them chance after chance after chance after chance. And they've been showed us behaviorally and in action, they don't have our best interests at heart. Again, everything inverted. You see what I'm saying? The good people go through the most. It seems like the wicked get away with, XYZ for 30 years until it's time to pay the piper. And then the whole demonstration come crumbling down quickly. You understand me? And how Usher done deleted all his tweets. You got 20 CEOs of I'm assuming Fortune 500 companies stepping down and just in fear of what with this whole Diddy situation, he might be like not the gatekeeper, but he might be the holder of secrets of the entire Babylonian structure, from politics to policing to Hollywood to the music industry. Now, granted, he might get Epstein, but it might play out the Most High might just keep him around just so all this can come out. You understand me? All the various, unalivings throughout the years, they had his name attached to it somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? From, his kid, mama, Sean, Biggie, Pop, various, people who work for him. You know what I mean? And then that'll bleed over into hopefully Camel Face Jigga Man. They say he even worse. He just smoother with it. He just more cerebral and psychological with it. You know what I'm saying? He got the same demos on him. Birdman, Jermaine Dupri. Again, I'm going to leave on this one. What would it profit a man to gain the entire world and lose his soul and then wind up with neither? And on that note, mama holla at y'all. Ooh, ah!